about, okay, people?
If you are a Big Brother fan, Christmas has come in July. For anyone who's been here from the beginning, or at least, for at least the last 10 seasons, what this show has brought to us in entertainment and gripped us to the point where we're making YouTube videos about it, I think a lot of us felt like it's been gone for the last few seasons. And man, Big Brother 26...
Coming in hot, people.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, this is coming in so hot. On day 5 already, Angela has lost her mind. Oh, wait, hold on, people. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. The last thing that you heard from us is we were kind of like talking about the house guests. And so I think our interpretation of the house guests always are a little bit askew because we don't really know them. We only get a few little tidbits on their personality until they get into the house. And then, which we'll talk about later, we start to see who they really are. And that's who they really, really, really are. So you've got a twist going on here in the game, which is going to be really interesting, which involves the AI. What do you think about this whole AI thing? Me personally, I don't like AI. I don't like it being introduced into the game because for me personally, it's just kind of like a way for us to think that AI is cool. I don't want the world to be run by robots.
You're also someone who, like, if my phone is like sitting up somewhere, she goes, oh, move your camera. I don't want it looking at us. Like,
yeah, so I'm smart. You're not.
Gen
whatever.
X.
I know. That's my point. So the twist. Let's talk about the twist that's going to be happening.
Oh, you actually wrote BBAI on there.
Yeah, that annoyed me. That was number 1. Let's talk about the twist that's going to be happening.
You think Rabina is short?
Rabina is really short. That's
your next note.
Hey, I'm going to give you the Cliff notes. Rabina is short.
Oh, Cliff.
I know. I love Cliff. Former professional football player for Cam. I didn't realize that.
We interviewed Cliff, and you can watch it here.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. I really liked Cliff, and I liked Cliff from the beginning, and I still like Cliff. So yeah, but Cam, I didn't realize that he was a former football player. So professional football player, or semi-professional, anyways. You get a glimpse into a little bit more about them in their little snippets that they put on the show. And then Mackenzie, she actually said something about a showman's, I guess, and using a man. Guess who else said that? Leah. What's really funny is that, spoiler alert, when we were doing our impressions, our assessments of the cast members, I said that Matt and Mackenzie could possibly get together and they would be considered Eminem. So we're going to call them Eminem.
You got that one right.
Joseph.
I'll give you that one.
I wrote that I loved Joseph's little snippet video. No doubt. He said voting your ass out or something like that, he said. That was so funny to me. Do you remember when he said that?
Yeah.
Chelsea, I had mentioned in our prior video that she was a mentor. I thought that was really, really cool. There was a whole side of Chelsea that I didn't even see in her actual interview, as opposed to what we got to see on the actual BB show.
Uh-huh.
And then Angela was a blank. And then Chemo, he lost his brother. That was really interesting.
Oh, yeah. That was...
And I loved when his mom said something about, like, don't let people borrow your clothes. And he's like, what? Tucker, I didn't have anything to say. If I didn't say anything, what I saw in their interviews and what I saw on the actual show matched. Ainsley, that girl that was on there, you could tell immediately. Like, I don't think she was a bad actress, but I don't think she was acting like a normal person. So it was obvious that she was an actress off the get.
That's what I'm saying. It's not real AI. It's 3D animation.
Yeah, I don't like it, and I'd love to know in the comment section down below. I'm not even talking about AI, like the AI, but like the Ainsley thing, the actress that they put in there that was supposed to be like a house guest, and how did that work? Like, what if they actually wanted her to be on the show? Like, what if everybody said yes?
I did think that during the show, and I think what would have happened is she would have said, well, I really appreciate you guys voting me in. However, I was just testing you. I'm really just an AI. Like, I think the end result would have been her not joining the house. It would have been her being the AI.
Fair enough.
I'm sure they recorded 2 versions of everything just in case they voted differently.
So we found out that Mackenzie won the naysay challenge. No, we don't want Ainsley. And then the people that were saying yes, Quinn won that one.
Yep.
And so then they have special powers. The last thing I was going to say is my assessment on Leah is really not all that off. So the next episode, we got to meet the new house guests that are the next group of the house guests. And the only one that I wrote down was Leah. And this is what I had to say. So we were messed up about the whole underwear thing. Like, we thought that she wanted people to buy her underwear. So however she has everything all set up on her site, it looked like she wanted people to buy underwear, but it's actually her line, obviously. You've been watching. You saw that. So we completely missed the bus on that one.
I actually ordered a pair.
So that totally makes sense now. I thought it was just interesting how she was just saying that she likes to manipulate men, that it's really easy to manipulate men. I think that's just goes along with all the things that I've already, like, my interpretations of Leah. I hope it changes, but, like, that's just really, like, annoying to me. And then she reminds me of Stassi from Vanderpump Rules, okay? If you've ever watched Vanderpump Rules, that's who she reminds me of. She says she likes fluffy men, and then when fluffy men lose a couple of pounds, it really makes her want to vomit. Who says stuff like that? That's just weird.
So now we're going to start live feeds. So from here on out, spoilers. So what we know is Angela won the Head of Household Challenge. Which, to remind everyone, Angela is on Team Corinne. Good grief.
So do I get points? How does this work?
Yes, you get points for that. And then also Lisa.
Congratulations to me.
I'll get into it in a little bit, but Lisa won the veto, so both...
Congratulations to me.
Both of those people are on your team.
Except that...
And then,
there's a couple people in the hot seat here.
And then McKenna... Is this McKenna?
Mackenzie.
She won, so you get points for that. And Quinn won, you get points for that.
Dang, I'm awesome. I mean, for now, I don't want to boast too much.
I don't want to play. And then I got, like, yeah, it's whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
Whatever, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I do feel like Kenny is in the hot seat, so if we were going to go ahead and do spoilers, Kenny is on the block. Lisa is on the block. And Mackenzie is getting a lot of targets being put on her. So, yeah. So, there's that.
Yeah,
in my group.
All right, so as you see here, we got Kenny nominated, we got Lisa nominated, we got Chemo nominated, and then Angela, of course, with the Head of Household win. But so this is what we're working with now. We're gonna find out all about this on Sunday. But the big talk, the tea that everyone is talking about right now is, oh my goodness, and I'm sure you've seen it. Angela went off on Matt, like went off on him, like hardcore. Day 5, we have a huge blow up in the house. 8 a.m. this morning, just insane. This is why it is absolutely horrendous that Big Brother no longer has the playback live feeds, because people work. We were at work today, so we can't sit there and watch the live feed. So we're hearing all this. Luckily on Twitter, I'm able to find and piece together a lot of what happened. What's really funny is she called him Crazy Eyes like 18 times, and then this is pretty fun. This is a pretty funny. So those are
my friend Michelle. Shout out to Michelle. Even before all this happened, she was sending me pictures of him with his eyes like that.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah. She pegged him immediately.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you. Crazy eyes. You have freaking crazy eyes. And for the house, for this beautiful wonder group of people.
For real?
And for the visitors that came to visit me last night.
So apparently Angela, rehearsed this and planned this. So here's what we've been able to piece together from the clips and people talking who are watching the live feeds. So apparently Matt and Angela were in HOH talking, and the conversation stayed cordial most of the time. But Matt was basically saying that in some way was that he's not afraid if Angela puts him on the block, because it's going to give him an excuse to put her up later on, because you put one person puts you up. Basically, it came across as kind of like a passive-aggressive threat. Not passive-aggressive, but like a threat with a smirk, maybe. And it didn't hit her at first. I didn't see the whole conversation, but apparently, after he left, she was sitting there putting things together in her head, and it kind of dawned on her that he was, threatening her. And then across the board, I guess Matt's been a little, passive-aggressive with people, or what was the vibes we were getting from, what's his name?
Are you talking about Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay. Jackson.
It kind of gave some Jackson vibes. So I was digging because I want to see it for myself. I don't want to go by hearsay. And I did find a clip where... So right here, this is pretty epic.
Bro, if you did that... What's that? If you did that... Did what? What just happened? I have no idea she was going to do that. No, I'm just telling you, if you're lying to me straight up, dude, when we get out of here, I'm not believing what she said.
So if you heard that, he basically says to Joseph, if you did that, when we get out of here, it's very threatening. He's talking to Joseph outside the game. He's saying, when we get out of here, and if I find out you were lying to me, like, he's being a huge bully right here to Joseph. Now, this plays an important role into later on, which just happened recently. Lisa won the power of veto.
Go, Lisa.
And she has taken herself off the block, obviously. So what that means is, obviously, Angela's going to put Matt up, and Matt just made an enemy with Joseph. Now, I just watched the live feeds before we started filming, and Angela and Joseph were talking, and Joseph is like, because Angela's trying to figure out who's going to vote with her if she puts up Matt, and he's like, yeah, the dude hates me. Put him up. I'll vote him out. And Joseph is already making connections with other people, like a little alliance is starting to form. I believe Tucker's in on that. Couture is in on that. So, like, there's a little alliance forming called the Collective. Because Matt confronted Joseph and basically, like, threatened him and was like, when we get out of this house, if I find out you were lying to me outside of this house, he said it like 3 times. What are you going to do, come to my house and beat me up? Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, so I looked at Matt's age, and he's 25, so... The thing of the matter is, he's just really young, and he's obviously extremely immature. And even when you watched his interview that was on the show, or his presentation, I don't know what you want to call it, but he was very much all about how athletic he is. But this is also a social game, and you have to think about basically the seeds that you're planting. I feel like he was trying to act as if he wanted to be kind of like a positive person in this game. That is not... threatening people like that. Now, on a side note, I don't... I think Angela, I like her tenacity. I'm not gonna lie, but I do think that, like, if you're gonna be making a point, you should probably stay away from people's, like, listen, she was angry, so we're gonna give her grace, but, like, you should stay away from people's personal appearances if you're gonna try to make a point.
But when she's saying crazy eyes, she's not talking about the way his eyes look all the time. She's talking about the face he makes. Like, he's making this face. Like, whenever you're, like, talking, he's like...
Well, then just say, like, you're highly manipulative. Like, when I talk to you, you come across very threatening. There's different words and things that you could use that would actually pack more of a punch to the team that you're trying to express that message to. She's not making a valid point when she's making childish remarks. Please understand that I'm not saying that she doesn't have a point. It's the way that she's articulating herself through anger that it's just coming across childish. Like when you're calling out someone's eye, like, what did Matt do? The entire time that I was listening to your talk, what did he do exactly?
She's calling out, like, the way he's looking at you when you're trying to talk to him. And he's, like, trying to give you, like, because if you listen to the whole clip, which we can't play because we'll get hit with copyright, but, like, he's provoking her while she's talking, and you can hear it in the background because the microphone is focusing on Angela. But if you listen to the background, he's chuckling, he's making little snarky remarks. What ends up happening is the person who's right but emotional looks like the bad guy.
Right.
Because these narcissistic personalities, I don't know if he's a narcissist, okay? But I'm just saying people that play that way, they sit there and they smirk and they look at you and they kind of poke you and they laugh. They go, look at this crazy person.
Right.
And then you get mad like Angela. And, like, ah! And everyone's like, oh, wow, look at Angela. Oof, crazy person. But all along, Angela has a really good point that gets lost in her emotional reaction.
Boom.
So for her game, she could have handled it better. For us BB fans, that was awesome.
I really just
Go,
want to have
Angela.
some windows.
Go,
Except for
Angela.
you. Don't talk to me. No, you can't be pretty on the outside when you're
Now,
ugly on the
listen,
in.
can I just say something really quickly? Let's hope that things work out better for Angela.
From what I'm seeing on the live feeds, people are going to her and, like, it seems like it worked. Because I saw videos of, like, Tucker going to her and talking to her and, like, hugging her and saying, I'm glad you got it out. You know, I saw, you know, we see it too,
Wow,
you know.
that's great. So then that says a lot about Matt. Like, his true colors are truly showing, and everyone sees it. That's a really, really good thing. Because a lot of people can be, like, how do you want to say, misled by a guy like him who has, what do you want to say, like a muscular body and maybe a charming personality. Who knows?
Right. So, like, that's what's so far crazy about this year, which is so much fun. You got Angela, who won the first head of household. She was the last person picked in our BB fantasy draft.
Yeah.
And then turns around with Lisa winning the power veto. So 2 females winning the first 2 competitions. Tell me that is not awesome.
I just don't want to see Kenny go. Like, I wonder who's going to go home.
Kenny's safe. Maddie's going to go home. No matter what, when he gets on the block, at the end of the day, there's only one winner, okay? So when you're sitting there, I mean, unless you're, like, making out with him in the bedroom.
That'll be good for Mackenzie. Mm-hmm. She needs to be separated from him.
This might be the best thing that happened to Mackenzie. But when you see an alpha male up on the block getting backdoor, week 1! We're going to have a backdoor week 1.
I would like that.
Backdoor.
And in all honesty, that worked out. Fate has arrived. I mean, this could make the BB house so great.
Now,
right?
we were like, hey, let's do a really fast video. We got so much to say because I'm only on my second.
You go.
I'm on my second
You're
point
next.
here. All right, Matt talked to Joseph and Leah, okay? I was digging for feeds. I couldn't find the video, so I had to piece together from like what I was reading from other people who saw it. And I also watched a video where Matt was talking to Michaela. So Matt was talking to Joseph and Leah, and apparently he was talking about his feelings on other players. He was open up on how like he's all he said was like I told too much information to those 2 individuals. Whoa. Now both Leah and Joseph spent a lot of time up in the head of household room with Angela. So Matt has decided that Angela got information from one of those 2 people. Did she? We don't know. Joseph is being very adamant that it was not him. And when Matt confronted him, he's like, it wasn't me. And then later I saw Joseph talking to Angela, and Matt's like, he's coming at me. He like hates me, and I didn't say anything. He was saying it to Angela, the person using. So I believe him. Did Leah say something? I saw a video of Matt saying he can no longer trust Leah for the rest of the game. And then MJ was saying, well, we don't know that's true or not. Like, let's get the facts before we... And he's like, no, it has to be her. It's either her or Joseph. One of them 2 betrayed me. Which tells me he did say something. Like Dan's funeral. Like, that was all made up. This wasn't made up. He's trying to cover his tracks. So he said something to Leah. Leah went and said it to Angela. Angela had some ammunition. And so now that's created a whole rift. And then I think one of the things that was said was... Matt had said to MJ and whoever else was around, it's going to be sad when we have to vote the mom out of the house. And that got back to Angela, which started the warpath. So that probably was through Leah. Don't know. I couldn't figure it out or not.
That was another thing that Angela said, that she said about his mom. She was like, well, your mom didn't raise you right. She shouldn't probably bring his mom into the mix of things because she can't defend herself. I
found a video where Matt was crying. Basically, little sniffles. And
wow.
He's talking to MJ. But he was basically saying to MJ that he is the worst Big Brother player. He screwed up his game. Like,
well, socially, yeah, he really sucks.
So instead of being like, wow, I got totally blindsided, and like, he's not saying that anyone lied. He's basically saying he talked too much and got himself screwed. So I think Angela probably is justified in all of her actions. He's crying because he knows he screwed up. Now he didn't win the veto, or he wasn't competing for veto, but... Like, one of the nominations won. They're going to pull themselves off. He's obviously going to go up because of that whole situation. So, yeah, did he play a good game? I think his biggest mistake, because he couldn't really control the Angela thing, but damage control would have been smart right there. Like, well, Angela, I am so, like, let's go talk about this. Instead of provoking her and kind of, like, mocking her while she was upset in front of the house, you know, he should have been, hey, let's go talk in the HOH room. Let's settle this like adults. I know he kind of said something similar to that, but he didn't. But most of the time he was provoking her and trying to look like the mature adult. But in between that, he kept poking the bear. This is interesting here. Leah and Quinn are kind of forming a little alliance here.
Really?
So
never would have expected that.
She's basically telling him here that as soon as she got in the house and met everyone, she knew immediately that Quinn was the person she wanted to link up with. And then he said that he felt the same way about her.
What? The craziness is that.
And I think they talk about bringing Couture into that little group.
Oh, I do like that. Are you talking about T-Core?
T-Core.
I don't know how to say her name.
What did I say?
Couture. Although she does make couture.
She does do
she
fashion.
does make couture fashions.
So when Angela confronts MJ, she's basically saying that she's trying to like are you okay? She's basically, I think that you are a smart player and you shouldn't be teaming up with Matt. Like, that's, you know, this is your game, play your game. She's like, I mean, you are playing, but she's trying to like nicely say, don't link up with someone who's on a sinking ship already. Like,
right.
You know, and then MJ kind of came back with like, without saying, I'm paraphrasing, but she's kind of like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. And Angela's like, I know you guys have an alliance. And she's like, I mean, we get along. And she's like, really? Really? Like, everyone knows you're in a showmance and you can't just admit it. She's like, okay, you're lying to my face. She's like, I'm a mom. I can read faces. You're obviously lying to me. I'm going to walk away. And then MJ went around everyone like, oh, she's crazy. She just, like, confronted me and told me I'm a liar. And
let's go back to my notes when I wrote about Mackenzie, even though I did Mackenzie. It said, showmance. Use a man. That's what Mackenzie wanted to do. And that's what Mackenzie is doing. And that's a huge mistake. And now she has drawn a target on herself. And so, yeah, that sucks. And I'm sad about it because I actually really liked Mackenzie.
All right, so Matt, this is my last note. MJ told Matt and one other person, and I think it might have been Leah. I can't remember who the second person was, about her power. So what's interesting is now Matt is going to be put on the block. He's in a showmance with MJ. Is he going to expect MJ to use her power on him because of they're in their showmance?
And will she use it? Because I don't think that would be very smart.
She wins a power and then has to use it. That's the thing with showmances is it gets awkward if you have to
yeah. Why is she in a showmance this soon anyways? See, the fact that she even said she doesn't know anything about Big Brother and she admitted it, she does seem smart, but, like, are you really seriously that crazy that you would get on a show? Like, then why don't you join The Bachelor or Bachelorette? Hello. You're on the wrong show.
I'm looking at the latest updates here. Okay, so can Mackenzie use her veto once Matt is put up? And are we about to have a vote week 1 out of the season?
I mean, I bet she'll use it. So anybody else want to bet on that? Because I think she will. Anyone else? How about you?
Do we even know fully what the order of operation is with the America's veto?
That's going to be fun.
So
I'm excited about that.
Those are really good questions. So, I mean, America could vote to veto Matt just for
drama.
Just for the drama.
Oh, come on, everybody. Let's do this.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's make Angela's life difficult. No, that's awful.
It seems like a lot of people are mad at Matt, so yeah. I don't think it's going to happen, but it could happen.
Wow. We'll have to see where America's at. And I love it when they involve America. I don't feel like they've involved America in a long time, no?
And we didn't even talk about the BBAI arena. So that's the twist, and I think we're all a little confused on what it is. So there's a Big Brother AI arena. Is it going to be like the first 4 people voted out get to, like Big Brother 20, was it, with the camp? Was that the camping one? To come back into the house.
Yes, because David was on there. So
yeah.
It was 21.
Is it a battle back? Does it happen every single veto? But there's a BBAI arena, so that's gonna be really interesting. The only thing that would ruin that is if it wasn't if it's not set up in a fair way. Like, it has to be some sort of competition that it doesn't matter how tall, small, strong, how old you are. Like,
it's good to be loved.
Enzo's had to hold his love back for 43 minutes now, and he cannot hold it in any longer.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Enzo, can we wrap up the video, bud? Oh, guys, it's my turn now.
So, this is what it's like to have a doodle. Does anyone have a doodle? And is your doodle like Enzo? Because Enzo wants to give kisses to absolutely everyone. Everyone loves Enzo because he is a lover. He will lick your face sensually.
Okay,
and he'll hug you. And he's not done until he's done. Okay?
So that's it for us. What a crazy first week. What a crazy first week of Big Brother. Enzo, do you have a favorite house guest?
Enzo, who's your favorite house guest? You like Joseph? We like Joseph. But he would probably pick one of the ladies. You're not allowed to pick Leah. So I think, who would you like? I think he likes Chelsea. He's going to like Chelsea.
He likes Lisa because he likes food.
Is it Lisa? Are you a Lisa fan, Enzo?
And then,
okay, he licks it, so he likes it.
And I'm a huge... I think I'm really liking Tucker right now, so I'm really interested to see how things play out with Tucker.
I don't even know who I like at this point. It's too early, so...
It'll change. Yeah, next week I'll change.
I still like Chemo, so I'm going to go with Chemo. I'm still a big Chemo fan, so hopefully he won't be going home because I'm going to be really upset.
So that's our wrap up for week 1 BB. A lot of excitement, a lot of things to talk about. Hopefully every week is like this.
We're off to a good start.
Yep. So tomorrow night, another episode of Big Brother, another video. So we'll see you then.
I gotta protect my chickens now because it's getting dark, people.
Yep. Go save your chickens.
Ta-ta for now.
Peace.
Till next time.